Yo, what's up, family? Before we start the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can, just so we can get out there a little bit more. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Alright, how y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, make sure you take your shoes off before you come in the house. And man, the Boston Celtics just keep finding ways to get guys to make an impact. And Ron Harper Jr. in this game is a prolific scorer in the G League. I believe he's leading the G League in scoring at 27 points per game. Comes in his first NBA start, hasn't played that much basketball, NBA basketball that is, in his career, has 11 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and does a phenomenal job on one of the greatest scorers of all time. His energy, his defense, his IQ, his shooting, everything came together for him in this game. And the first thing in this game that I knew that he was ready to play, and Joe Mazzulla said the same thing. In like the first 3 minutes, he had 4 rebounds. He had 2 defensive rebounds, and he was credited with only 1 offensive rebound, but there was another one where he got his hand on the ball, it went out of bounds. But against the Houston Rockets, who are #1 in rebound percentage in the NBA, #1 in offensive rebounding in the NBA, these defensive boards by your 6'4" guard were super huge. And I did mention his offensive rebounding. Out of his 9 rebounds, 4 of those were offensive. He just did a great job mixing it up and getting the Celtics extra opportunities. And defensively, when I say he was so good in this game, he was phenomenal, man. He did a great job at playing defense with his chest instead of his hands, walling off drivers, and just making guys pick the ball up. The most underrated part about defense. Also, Ron Harper Jr. did not have a single steal or a single block in this game. But to me, one of the more underrated parts of defense is making a guy not shoot the ball. So when he's driving past you, he either picks the ball up, he's trying to find somebody to pass it to, and you force him not to shoot the ball. There's no stat for that. There's no stat for making a guy pick up the ball, stop his dribble, and completely just have nowhere to go. You see that pass had some little zip on it. Tari Eason got a little frustrated because Ron Harper stopped him right there. And this is what Ron Harper Jr. is actually known for. In the G League, again, averaging 27 points, but he's shooting 41% from 3 on 10 attempts in the G League, right there with the step back 3. In a game that's 21-17 at the beginning of the second quarter, that was something that the Celtics really needed. But again, his IQ on the defensive side and his versatility. Guarding Clint Capella. Again, this is the best offensive rebounding team in the NBA. We have him on Clint Capella. His job is super valuable because if Clint Capella is able to take advantage of his size on the glass, that can really hurt us. Especially in a game where the Rockets have no rhythm. They have 17 points in the second quarter. The quickest way for them is to get offensive rebounds to get easy buckets. Here he steps off of Clint Capella, so he stops this drive by Jay Shante. He forces that pass, gets back to Clint Capella, and then he does a phenomenal job of boxing out Clint Capella, allowing Kata to easily snag this board. Now, this isn't the start of him actually guarding KD. That part, we'll definitely get to that. But again, just seeing his IQ, and when you, again, this Houston Rockets team is a difficult offense, right? This team does not have a great offense. Ime isn't like an X's and O's offense guy, so they don't run a lot of sets. But just past that, there's only one real threat on the court. I love him in Thompson. But there's only one real perimeter threat. Jabari Smith Jr. is a solid shooter. But if you can make everybody else on this court except for Kevin Durant, if you can force everybody else to beat you, then this is a win. So this is important where Ugo's applying pressure. He gets screened by Clint Capella. Ron Harper Jr. is guarding Clint Capella. He goes over to KD, taps him just to make sure that this read to KD is not open. Amen Thompson goes off of him. Phenomenal pass by Amen Thompson. He made some crazy passes in this game. But what Ron Harper Jr. did is he forced somebody other than KD to take a shot, and against the Houston Rockets, that's very important. And we got more 3-point shooting from Ron Harper Jr. Again, standing in the corner, jump shot looks good, looks compact, knocks it down. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for, the start of Ron Harper Jr. guarding Kevin Durant. And you see the type of pressure the Celtics would like to apply here, right? During the free throw, you see Ron Harper is going everywhere KD is going, right? So after Derek White shoots that free throw, we're going to get right into the defense. So a couple things to note in this game. One thing you'll see a lot of is the Houston Rockets pointing to Kevin Durant for guys to screen away for Kevin Durant. There are times where they're going to call plays for Kevin Durant, and Ron Harper Jr. is just gonna blow them up. Ron Harper Jr. did a phenomenal job in this game of doing his work early. He denied ball when they tried to call these plays. He blew up actions, and he pushed the catch point out further, which, like he said post-game, really frustrated KD and sometimes took him completely out of the play. And again, against this Rockets team, taking KD out of any play and forcing them to play 4-on-4 is a big plus. So
just do everything in my power to just try to deny him the ball, try to deny him catches, and try to make his life difficult. And I feel like, me and the rest of the guys, we did a great job at that. I feel like we was able to frustrate him a little bit, and it ultimately led to us getting a lot of stops.
You see Ime Udoka here. He is pointing to Kevin Durant. He's telling Aaron Holiday to get the ball to KD, right? But Ron Harper Jr. is just not letting this happen. Like, he's denying KD the ball. They can't get the ball to him. This play was for KD. His ball denial forced KD to be a screener on this play. Aaron Holiday drives, he stops that drive, and Jabari Smith misses. All right, so here we are again. Jabari Smith is going to give the handoff to KD. You see the pressure Ron is applying, and looks like they're about to get on into some 77 action with two screens right there, one from Jabari, one from LP, and KD to come over here. But I guess KD didn't like the spacing on this, but Ron Harper Jr. stays connected through the screen, gets there. KD doesn't get free, and you can see the frustration. Him and Jabari Smith he's walking to the corner, kind of upset at Jabari Smith or something right there, and then he just sits in the corner for the rest of his possession. All right, here Alp's going to try to set a pin down for KD. You see the pressure Ron Harper Jr. is applying, makes KD stop right there one time. He shows his hands, then he gets up. Then he's going to get right there, get to his spot. Now, the offense has started with 12 seconds left. It took them 12 seconds just to get KD to the free throw line because of the off-ball pressure by Ron Harper Jr. Now, Ron Harper Jr. was on the front lines of this, but we also have to credit the rest of the Celtics, right? KD played a huge part of this. The help defense played a huge part of this, but the positioning from Ron Harper Jr. on this play, off the ball and on the ball, playing defense with his chest and not his hands, and then KD coming over at the right time, stripping the ball loose. All right, so here the Rockets are going to go to horns, flip, stagger. So we got the horns alignment, two people's at the elbows of the free throw line. Then we're going to have Jabari Smith pass to him in. He's going to flip it right back to him, and then him and Sengun are going to attempt to set stagger screens for Kevin Durant. Stagger screens are two of the same off-ball screens with just a little bit of space in between them. So you see Amin's going to set this first one, and eventually, Alp's going to come over here and set the same screen with just a little bit of space in between them. But you see Ron Harper, right? You see he has KD in the corner. The moment he realizes that Amin Thompson is coming to screen him, he top locks KD, right? Plays very physical. That probably could have been called a foul, but as soon as he realizes that he's gone too far with holding KD, he shows his hands, right? And this pressure makes Sengun screen KD. KD runs into the Sengun screen when it was meant for Ron Harper. But then again, pushing KD out. Look at the catch point now, right? They haven't shown the shot clock. I would love to see what the shot clock is. Bro, he must have caught this right here with like 9 seconds to go. That play took 15 seconds for KD to get the ball feet behind the three-point line because of the job that Ron Harper did off the ball. Now, the Rockets do end up scoring on this play, but Ron Harper Jr. again resets KD right there, 6 seconds. And listen, man, would you rather have KD shoot the ball or Amin Thompson from three? And the offensive player that he was in college and the offensive player that he is in the G League, that doesn't just go away, right? When he gets the ball and he's forced to make something happen, he still has those skills. So here, he gets a handoff from Garza. He's going to reject the screen with KD guard him with a spin move, pump fakes, dump down to Garza, who gets the and-one. And this is what I'm talking about. Frustrating Kevin Durant. Amin Thompson is about to go try to set a pin down for Kevin Durant. Nope. Ron Harper Jr. is right there on him, top blocking him, and KD just elects to stand there in the corner. The whole play forces the Rockets to play 4-on-4, which is a win for the Celtics. All right, so again, we have Ime pointing towards Kevin Durant, telling them to run the play for him. It looks like Tari Eason is going to go set this wide pin down for KD, but Ron Harper Jr. is just like walking him down to the corner, top blocking him. And you see Tari Eason's kind of frustrated with something. I don't know if it's because I don't know what this is about, but Ron Harper Jr. is doing a great job top blocking KD so he can't go over this way. Maybe KD doesn't want to fight through that contact, but KD actually does the right thing when you're being top blocked and he cuts. But with KD playing so far off of Amin Thompson, he's just able to read his eyes like a safety or a cornerback and get that pass. And remember when I talked about the Rockets playing 4-on-4? Yeah, here's that. All right, so when I was watching this game live, I was watching the Celtics broadcast, and Brian Scalabrine said that in the timeout right before this play that Ime was challenging Kevin Durant, right? So then after the game, the next morning, I rewatched it to get the clips, and I watched the Rockets side of this, right? And it definitely looked like Ime was drawing up the play, and he was like talking to Kevin Durant, like really telling him like, hey, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what they said, but it did look like he was challenging him to be more aggressive. To this point, KD had like 5 shots in this game. And again, Harper Jr. was making him not shoot the ball. That's probably one of the best things you can do to a scorer like Kevin Durant. So they come out the timeout, they run a play for him. Ron Harper Jr. is again top blocking him, making sure KD doesn't get any free easy looks or free access to the ball, right? So KD actually gets the ball, and then Ron Harper Jr. plays great defense and a great contest. All right, so we got Ron Harper Jr. on KD again. We're going to have a good screen by Sengun, but Ron Harper Jr. showing that energy and that effort, getting back into the picture with the late contest, and then he's going to go down and hit a corner 3. Once again, Rockets try to go to pin mid. They're going to have the wide pin down for KD to curl into this mid-range area to get to his spot right here. Ron Harper Jr. again showing his hands, just being very physical with KD off the ball, and he gets him right there. So he gets the ball, stands him up again, playing with his chest and not his hands, forces the spin move, right? So we got Derek White on this elbow. KD, of course, sees that. Great defense by Ron Harper Jr., but this help right here, just Derek White being here, forces KD to go to the other side. Now, KD again guarding him in Thompson. We don't have to check him in Thompson all the way out here. So KD comes off, and now they double team him, and KD has nowhere to go. And the Celtics really gave the Rockets a taste of their own medicine as they dominated the offensive rebounds. Here it gets one by Ugo on the Derek White shot, and another Ron Harper Jr. gets the putback. All right, so we got Ron Harper Jr. on the right side of our screen, making it again very hard for KD to first get the ball, make some catches, catch the ball above the 3-point line. Screen from Okogie, he rejects it. And there is a world where you play great defense and KD still makes a shot. And a lot of people have been in that world. And this is like, hey man, he's 6'4", he's 6'11", just better offense. And of course, Harper Jr. is going to end it with another offensive rebound tap out to a Pritchard 3. But that is a video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe, and share to any and everyone that you can. Just read out there a little bit more. Now we'll see you guys in the next video. This is Nick. Peace.